First, we give the layout to the 3D person, who creates something that moves like this. We print that out as a wireframe, and we give that printout to the animator. For one scene of Luna singing, there was this much printout. We gave it to the animators, and we asked them to complete it within a week or so, but it actually took 2 months. The 3D CG was rendered using soft image. We combine images rendered by soft image with the images that are colored with the Macintosh. Then we do partial touch-ups. We then complete the process using QuickTime, etc. We edit the QuickTime movies using Adobe Premiere. Usually, when you are involved in a production as an animator, your involvement is very restricted. But in the case of Lunar, I was able to be involved in not only the plot, but also the scenario, and even part of the game making. In other games, most of the time it is difficult for animation staff to work so well with the game staff. With Lunar, we could both work well together, argue well with one another. The long period of time involved in this project allowed us the opportunity to exchange ideas with one another. We all gained a lot from each other. Objectively speaking, the boat song is not a scene that is directly related to the game. When our schedule was getting a bit tight, it was suggested that we cut it for that reason. By having that scene, I thought it would be possible to show Luna's spirit through a more interesting approach than those used by typical games or animated illustrations. I insisted very strongly to keep this scene. And luckily, the producer and others accepted my opinion.
Music makes up the world of Lunar. The magical spells are cast based on the musical songs. And that's pretty much your first scene with Luna, is she is singing. So the music is a very important part of this game.
I think the music is very important. There is a good chance that 70 to 80% of a scene's emotional impact can be attributed to the music. For example, this time we had the very talented Mr. Iwadari from the very beginning, which was very lucky, I think. The music he makes moves people's hearts. I was in charge of the music for the first Lunar, the Mega CD, Lunar the Silver Star. And since then, I have been in charge of all the music in the Lunar series.
Iwadari does the actual music composition for Lunar, a number of other things too, but in this particular case, he does the composition for Lunar. His company is 2-5. He works very closely with Isao Mizuguchi, who does the arrangement and the lyrics and such for the songs.
The scenario writers and graphics people will tell us specific places they would like to use the lyrics. I will first ask them what kind of scene that is. For example, what state of mind is the heroine in when she sings that song? In what situation does that particular song come out of her mouth? The song is the heroine's, though I write the song. For the listeners, the song is sung by the heroine naturally in that situation. Lunar the Silver Star included about 38 songs or pieces of music. And among them, a main song emerged, which was the song of the festival that Luna sang by the natural spring. This was a very important song in the game. And the image it created was one I wanted to keep. All the other songs were created according to the image of Luna that existed in my mind. These amounted to over 100 pieces of music. It took about half a year to complete it. After I made the first song, however, there was a layoff for a hiatus. But I wrote over 100 pieces of music. So I needed about half a year. Usually when people complete an RPG game, they feel it was great. But for Lunar, because I received postcards, I know it is true. I get comments like, "I cried for the first time after finishing an RPG." I look at the mail from the users of the game and at the home page, and I see descriptions of them saying something like, "The tears come out when I listen to the opening song, Wings." People seem to be attracted by songs. And I hear these messages that say, "When I listen to the Wind Nocturne, it exposes the heart bare." There are some battle songs that people seem to like that make them feel heartwarming.
Things you have to isolate when you're looking at a Japanese game, as far as what's its suitability for the US, is the language, because there is some stuff that's acceptable in Japanese language even, that you can't use in the US without getting a stern rating. For example, in Cosmic Fantasy II, which is one of the games we did for TurboGrafx, which is a pretty innocent game overall, there was a scene where one of the characters flipped off another one in a close-up. So we had to change that to she was shaking her fist.
We pretty much take the main plot points, throw away the rest of it, and write it in an American style with a bunch of cultural references that people can relate to. Even though it's set in this mystical world, you still have these pop cultural references that allow you to get an attachment to the characters. And people tend to get more involved in something that they can relate to.
One of the things we're known for now is the translation. The quality translation, the fluid way that people speak, the natural way that people speak.